all fired up. We're almost underway.
Ready? Then show me.
Don't expect me to be a pushover.
Round one. Fight.
Here we go. What are these fighters going to do? Player 2 with the life lead. Checking how their opponent reacts to fireballs. Player 2 is just about out of drive after that. Perfect air to air. The throw hits. Now the fun begins. Player 2 needs to deal with this burnout. This is the range where things get messy. Can they utilize their reach or bait each other out? Okay, they trade hits, turns it up a notch and sends them to the corner. Going in, player 2 has completely used all of their drive gauge, but they still have enough life left to take the round if they play smart. This is a prime opportunity to end burnout. Expect the tempo of the match to change. Each hit is so important. The daring air throw does it. Player 1 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage.
Round 2. Fight.
Immediate jump in. Are we going to see some fireworks here? Brushes that off and keeps going. The fighters can peppers them with the lightning kicks. They were right to be on guard there. Player 2 in dire straits to turn. It's a good spot to use the super. Uses the game for the super. They're not playing around here. They must have a game plan here with the critical art on deck, but executing that plan is the key. Jump KO. Well, listen, when you're locked in, you're locked in. That was a decisive win. Right back into the rematch. We ain't even close to done yet. Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. Checking how their opponent reacts to fireball. Okay, we're in the early stages of the round. Plenty of time left. How's the match gonna play out? Player 2 in that dangerous burnout state. Spends a little drive gauge here to go on the offensive. Player 2 doesn't have a lot of drive gauge to play with. Not a good thing. Gets backed into the corner with pressure building. They're jostling for the dominant position in the corner. Hits them for the stun. This might be over right here. With the life gap opening up, they need to lean hard on their drive usage. All right, what's coming up next? KO! Player 1 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage.
Round 2. Fight.
Blocks the impact. Projectile to try and change the situation. Parries the projectile. Now what's the follow-up? Both fighters are looking for a way to get in, but there's still time. They were right to be on guard there. Spinning bird kick. Both fighters planning something? Got their eye on the air. Smart play with the throw. Player 1 needs to use the threat of the corner here. Super on deck for both fighters. Expect to see some fireworks. Hits the air throw. How will they manage their drive gauges? Their spacing is so on point right now. But who's gonna blink first? Medium kick hits. Nice counter. What'll happen here? The fighters, does them dirty. Oh, we're going full third strike with a callback Ryokusen. Both fighters are turns out. This may turn into a big chance. Player 2 can't use any trap. Oh my, the throw tech. Dangerous range here. They both decide to ease the tension and back off. Close range projectile. Flatline zone. Player 1 made all the right moves, and this experience is only gonna make them stronger. They're still hungry. Both sides stepping up for the rematch. Hits them with a stop and block. Box him with a target combo. Answers that jump in with a perfectly timed parry. They made it look easy. Starts with a jump in. Player 1 maybe just parries the jump in to shut it down. Adds a little super juice into this combo for more damage. Will that super be the turning point? Player 2 chases them down. Rattles them with a spinning bird kick. Takes a trip. Flushes that off and keeps going. dishes out with the lightning kicks. They may need to come from behind to pick up the win. They took advantage of every chance. Player one wins the first round and is now riding a huge wave of momentum.
Fight!
Immediate jump in. They piled up the knowledge. Now, how are they going to use it? Spinning bird kick. Takes the chance to hurt him. All right, what's coming up next? Experiencing burnout. Player two will have to deal with this dangerous bout of burnout for a while. That's a counter. Rattles them with a spinning bird kick. A quick breather. Their spacing is so on point right now. But who's gonna blink first? Gets the jump, connects with the throw. They return to center stage. Sets up with the jump in. Watching each other carefully. Oh, what's this? This is gonna be bad news. A real test of nerve. Bends the meter, hoping for a good return. Oh, we're going. That final push at the end paid off in spades. When you have a chance to finish things, you gotta take it. Player one brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak. Right back into the rematch. We ain't even close to done yet. Potential kicks. Checks him with the projectile. Any developments early in the round will set the table for the rest of the fight. Player two has not been checks that jump in easily. Now they can go on the offensive. Player two doesn't have a lot of drive gauge to play with. Not a good thing. Let's see how they apply their corner pressure in this situation. KO. Player two picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling.
Round two. Fight!
Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. Goes for a projectile to try and change the pace. Rattles them with a spinning bird kick. Jumps in. Blocks the impact. They decide to hang back and rethink their game plan. Smart play with the throw. Easily escapes that throw attempt. Parries the attack. Spinning bird kick. But burnout. Expect the tempo of the match to change. Both fighters are out of bends the meter, hoping for a good return. Oh, they're in the corner now. No running away. Wrong critical. What's gonna happen? KO. This is the final round. Expect to see some fireworks.
Don't underestimate me.
Final round! Fight!
Immediate jump in. It's time for both fighters to lay it all on the line. Attempts to break the stalemate with a fireball. Hits the air throw. Both fighters are raring to go. Peppers them with the lightning kick. Impact squashed. Ooh, shrugs that off. Vintage. Player one denied. Keep cool and knock him out. Lightning kicks. Player one is in a very good spot. What a finish! Player one made all the right moves, and this experience is only gonna make them stronger. Another rematch. These two are really getting into it. Looks like they want to put a new spin on things with that fireball. Jump. The throw misses. Throws them. What's next? What's their game plan here at this critical stage? Takes the chance to hurt him. No more drive gauge. Takes him all the way to the corner with that. Both of them have entered burnout state, which will drastically change their approach to the fight. The jump-in is denied. They were looking up. Knockdown. So they break forward to pressure the opponent. Jumps in. KO. Player one picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling.
Round two. Fight!
Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. Oh! The punish counter gives them a great opening here to do big damage. Spinning extends the bar on the Kikoso. Player one creates a good corner opportunity. A quick breather. Looking for... burnout activates. Both of our combatants are cooking up something. Player 2 has an empty drive pin, experiencing burnout. The Dragon Last Flame giving them a side switch on top of the damage. Jumps, barely blocks the jump in. Our miraculous grab. Presses for a reaction with a flow heavy. Back into the court, closes it out. Here's the final round. The real fight starts now.
Final round. Fight!
Starts things off with a jump in. Final round. Who will the fighting game gods favor here? Still plenty of time left. This could lead to some big damage. Amazing! Plenty of health, full gauges, left cross super hard incoming. Uh-oh. This could really tip the scale. This might be a pivotal super art. Who will set the bait at this range? Close range projectile. Player 1 neatly finds the target. These fighters are punish counter on reaction. What's next? Willing to risk it for the overdrive? What'll be the fireball at that range? That was catch as catch can as you're gonna get in a fight. It's not over yet. Let's believe it's time for that run back. Attempts to charge it forward. There's the drive impact that's going to lead to a juicy punish counter. Nice solid counter. Knockdown. The drive parry was successful. Player 2 pushes the opponent into the corner. If they can't escape this rock solid corner pressure, this round is over. All right, what's coming up next? Player 2 doesn't have a lot of drive gauge to play with. Not a good thing. Genius read! In a dire situation, they can't afford any mistakes. The jump-in is denied. Manages to block the jump-in attack. Dashes forward. The quarter makes... There's the wall splat. They can't do it in there! Player 2 picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling.
Round 2. Fight!
Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. Projectile to try and change the situation. Early round. Spinning Berg uses the gauge for a super arm. Plays burnout. Expect the tempo of the match to change. Quick breather. Picks the air throw. Player 1 holding on to that corner advantage. Big throws. What'll happen here? They're going for the super art. The super doesn't hit. How can they steal this with send the bar enough to court? Good heads-up play going for that combo to do enough damage to finish the round. We're going into the final round tied up. Which fighter has it in them to grind out the win?
Final round. Fight!
Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. Potential kicks. Both fighters are raring to go. Rattles them with a spinning bird kick. Both sides. Perfect execution with the anti-air. Oh, they impact squashed. Dangerous range hit. Were they looking to connect with an overdrive art from this situation? Presses for a reaction with a fireball. Pumps the brakes on the impact. Finds the target. Player 1 is looking at a grim situation with burnout. Keeps him out. Throws him. Player 1 can't let low heavy. The low. Okay, here we go. A real test of nerves here. Breaking them shins with the low heavy. Player 1 has a full drive game. It is over. Gotta hand it to both of our fighters. They put on a real clinic for us. It's not over yet. Let's believe it's time for that run back. Crowns him from above. Hits him with a stopping bomb. Decides to spend the meter to open up some more chances. What is he thinking? That's some big juicy damage on that counter hit. Player 1 creates a good corner opportunity. They get driven into the wall, breaking their guard. Knockdown. Life lead opens up. Squeaky clean air throw finish. Player 1 picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling.
Round 2. Fight.
Whiffs the impact. Brushes that off and keeps going. Checks him with the projectile. Jumps. Rattles them with a spinning birdie. Took him to the corner in a miraculous grab. They were right to be on guard there. Player 2 can't use any drive moves without uses the gauge for a super art. Uses the gauge for the super. They're not playing around here. We have super arts on deck. They're still plot twist. KO. That was a clinic on how a solid neutral game wins matches.
Fighting round. Online. Casual match. Here comes a new challenger.
Our fighters are ready to lay it all on the line.
Let us begin.
Round 1. Fight.
Let's see what they try to do here in the first round. Checks with the projectile. Goes with the projectile to pressure the opponent. The throw hits. Now the fun begins. Player 2 pushes the opponent into the corner. Stays cool and counters. Takes a trip. The counter is blocked. Very solid corner switch. From up above. This is the perfect range to reach out and tag them with something. KO. Player 2 sets the tone with that win. Let's see if they can keep it up.
Round 2. Fight.
Goes for the jump in to start the round. Everything up until now, and everything from here on out, is so vital. Shoryuken fires off the Shinku Hadouken. Player 2 brushes that off and keeps going. Ups the damage on that by opting to go for the overdrive on it. What'll happen here? Player 2 experiencing burnout. Uses the target combo as a filler. You've gotta be mindful of reach and jump-ins at this range. Player 1 will look to apply pressure. Closes with the throw, hitting him with the smart stuff. Player 2 took no time to finish that fight.
Round 1.
Right back into the rematch. We ain't even close to done yet. Big gap between the two fighters, so they throw out a fireball. They're not gonna allow any jump-ins. It's the start of the round. How will they start their approach? Player 2 has the life lead. Both sides looking for an opening. Lays on the pressure with the projectile. Down to the wire. Player 2 can't let their drive gauge run out. They need to find a way to reset the situation. Opts for the air-to-air encounter. Strings it all together. Heading into the end game KO. Player 2 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage.
Round 2. Fight.
Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. Let's off a projectile to waste time. Very solid corner switch. Player 1 chases them down. They decide to hang back and rethink their game. Oh, experiencing burnout. Player 2 doesn't have a lot of drive gauge to play with. Hits them with a stop and vibe. Player 2 fires off the Shinku Hadouken. Throws a projectile to zone the opponent. Grabs and throws them away. Burnout! Expect the tempo of the match to change. Both fighters are out of drive. Might be a good idea to back off, but they might try something here. Player 1 needs to use the threat of the corner here. Knockdown and Player 1 in dire, just goes for it at this range. Okay, here we crowns him from above. Player 1 can't use any drive boost. That final push at the end paid off in spades. When you have a chance to finish this, you gotta take it. Gotta hand it to both of our fighters. They put on a real clinic for us. Right back into the rematch. We ain't even close to done yet. Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. Fireball from very long range. What's next? Player 2 with the life lead. Uncomfortable space here. Can they clip each other on the edge? Trips them up. Player 2 can't let their drive gauge run out. They need to find a way to reset the situation. Quarter makes it hard to escape. What'll be the setup here? Life lead opens up. Adds a little super juice into this combo for more damage. Big throws. Knockdown and going in there. Player 2 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage.
Round 2. Fight.
Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. Parries the projectile. Now what's the follow-up? Big gap between the two fighters. So oh, burnout triggered! Player 2 needs to deal with this burnout. Traps him with a shoryu. Player 2 doesn't have a lot of drive gauge to play with. Not a good thing. He hits him with a stop and pop. Player 2 has the life lead. Can they use it? Knockdown and they're going for the super art. The Dragon Last Flame giving them a side twist on top of the damage. Going in, Player 1 will look to apply pressure here. Grab the KO. That was a clinic on how a solid neutral game wins matches. Right back into the rematch. We ain't even close to done yet. Let's off a projectile to waste time. Any developments early in the round will set the table for the rest of the fight. Both fighters have plenty of health. Where is this match gonna go? Both fighters' drive gauges are empty. Let's see how this affects the neutral game. What's the play here? Player 1 in that dangerous burnout state. One fighter's drive gauge is just about empty. Can they recover or are they in trouble here? So they break forward to pressure the opponent. Picks up the win with the projectile. Good read. Player 2 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage.
Round 2. Fight.
Goes for the jump in to start the round. Brushes off the impact. Good job blocking the... Oh! Hits him with a stopping block. And a super activation. Looking to score some juicy damage. Player 2 has the life lead. Can they use it? What a... Oh, burnout triggered. Player 1 in dire straits with burnout. Fires off the Shinku Hadouken. Both fighters planning some... This can lead to some big damage in there. Player 2 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak.